And welcome back to Deep Dive. Let's try a little thought experiment. Just for a moment, I want you to imagine your day. Maybe you're drinking coffee or walking outside or just sitting in a quiet room. Now, what if in an instant with no warning at all, the sun just vanished? Not exploded, not faded away, just gone. Poof. It sounds like something from a science fiction movie, right? But what if I told you that by exploring this impossible scenario, we can uncover some of the deepest truths about our planet, our society, and even ourselves? This isn't just about the end of the world, it's about understanding the world we have right now. So, the sun disappears. What's the very first thing we notice here on Earth? The strange and perhaps terrifying answer is nothing. For about 8 minutes, absolutely nothing would change. The sky would still be blue. The warmth would still be on your skin. We'd be living on borrowed time, completely oblivious. You see, light doesn't travel instantly. It takes about 8 minutes for the sun's light to cross the vast distance of space and reach our eyes. So for 8 minutes we would be seeing a ghost, the image of a star that is no longer there. But here's where it gets even stranger. It's not just the light. Gravity travels at the same speed, so for those same 8 minutes, Earth would continue to orbit an empty spot in space, held in place by the gravitational pull of a star that has already vanished. We'd be tethered to a phantom. And then after 8 minutes and 20 seconds, it happens. The tether snaps. Simultaneously, all across the globe, the day would turn to an absolute permanent night. And our planet, no longer bound to its star, would be flung out into the cold darkness of space, like a stone released from a sling. Our journey as a rogue planet would have begun. Of course, it wouldn't be an instant ice age. The Earth holds on to heat like a cosmic ember. Our atmosphere and oceans act as a massive thermal blanket. But the cold would creep in, slowly and relentlessly. Within a week, the global average temperature would drop below freezing. Within a few months, the surfaces of the oceans would begin to freeze over, starting a process that would take 1,000 years to complete, encasing our world in a thick shell of ice. But life wouldn't have that long. The engine of all life on Earth, photosynthesis, would stop the very instant the light went out. Within weeks and months, the vast majority of plant life would wither and die. This would trigger the greatest and fastest mass extinction event in history. The entire food chain would collapse from the bottom up. A silent global famine would sweep the planet. But what about us? Could humanity survive? Without any preparation, the answer is a grim and simple no. But if we had a few decades to prepare, maybe, a tiny fraction of us at least. Our only hope would be to go deep, building self-sustaining bunkers miles beneath the Earth's surface, shielded from the cold and the deadly cosmic radiation that our atmosphere would no longer protect us from. We'd have to power these arcs with the Earth's own internal heat, geothermal energy. We would become a species living in the dark, sustained by the fading warmth of our planet's core. But survival is more than just warmth and food. What happens to the human mind in perpetual unending darkness? We already know that a lack of sunlight can cause profound changes in our brain chemistry, leading to depression and lethargy. Now imagine that on a permanent global scale. We would be fighting not just for our bodies but for our very sanity, in a world without a sunrise. This whole thought experiment feels extreme, and it is. But it shines a light on how incredibly fragile our existence truly is. Every single thing, from the global climate, to the food on our plates, to the mood we're in, is connected to that star, 93 million miles away. Thinking about the sun vanishing forces us to see the delicate balance we live in. It reminds us that past civilizations have collapsed from climate shifts far less dramatic than this. It reveals that our own society is a complex system, and its resilience depends on trust, cooperation, and foresight. Ultimately, this isn't a story about the end. It's a story about what it means to be alive right now, on this warm, bright world. By imagining the ultimate darkness, we can truly appreciate the light. It's a reminder that we are the lucky ones, living in a moment of cosmic grace. The question is, what will we do with it? If this dive gave you something to think about, a like and a subscribe would mean the world to us. It helps us continue exploring these big questions together. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining me in the deep.